Okay, in this video, I would like to let you know how to draw the XY plot showing the points or lines. Like basically you can use this graph two-way. If you want to display two variables, their relationship, you can use this type graph. So STATA have very excellent graph facilities that can use the graph command. So please just help graph for an overview. And in this video, we specifically focus on the subcommand called two-ways. It can show two variable relationship x and y, and there are 42 subcommands can help you to draw several graphs under the two-way subcommand. The most important could be the scatter and line or connected. So I will introduce these three in this series of video. So first is graph two-way scatter. So it can create the scatter plots. What is the scatter plot? Scatter plot is this, the dot. And it will show the relationship between the x variable and y variable. So for example, you open the data set here, and so you can open your data set. Here. And this is the country level data set. It shows each country, its GDP, and some other variable. Okay, so this is country level data set. Country level. Okay, and you want to just focus on 2010 and then do some thing. And then you want to draw the relationship between the human developed index and GDP per capita. You can use graph two-way scatter, try to show these two variables, their relationship. So you will create a scatter plot. Okay. So if you want to change to other type of graph, you can just change here. Okay. So you will generate this. So if you implement, it will show the graph, show this graph. Okay. And you can add more things. For example, put a line here. Okay. So you will combine this scatter plot and this. So you can use this to separate the two graph, two type graph. So you will generate this scatter plot plus the line. Okay, so pay attention. This is one object, this is another object. So lift is the type using the linear function to fit these two. So this is another command, subcommand that generate the linear fitting line. Or we can use Q fit, it's quadratic fitting. Okay. And you can become more complicated, put the CI here, confidence interval. Okay, so you generate confidence interval. And you can also put more things. For example, you generate put the option called M label. That's basically give you the they put the value, the variable here that will give each scatter plot. Based on the scatter plot, the dot, they will indicate the country's name. Okay. So it is because you want to put the label, the markers in this scatter. So that's why you put after the scatter plot rather than this. Okay. So you will generate the country's name just right after the scatter. This dot. Okay. Okay, so another graph two ways is line plots. Okay, so you want to draw a line. So you can open the data. So this is open the data its own data set. So open a life expectancy data set and two ways. And you want to draw one is male, one is white male, one is black African American male, and the year. Now there are two line over here. You can draw such things. Okay. So if you here put more variable, that will you have more object or more thing you want to draw for your y variable. So if you open the data sets, you will see here. So this data set has two. One is male, female, white male, white female, and African American. And you want to draw basically is white male and African American male and the year. Okay. And you can use this line to graph two-way line. And color, one is blue, one is red. And you type too many lines, so you use these three steps, try to make they belong to the same command line. So others just the option you can put, and the option actually is applied to all the two-way graphs. So you can put the title, label, legend. That's very important, because you need to use that to make people understand your graph. So title is US life expectancy, and you want to focus on male, so you type the subtitle male. And legend is also important. You need to indicate the first line is white, second line is for the black people, the African American people, and there are several things I would like to let you know is pose is position, means position. That means this legend will put in the 5 o'clock position. Okay, 5 o'clock is here, 5. So put here, around here, okay? So you will see they actually put here, yeah. So ring means the legend you need to inside the graph. If you do not say that, it will show up outside. Okay. And color, you can also specify color that I just mentioned. And Y scale is you can choose, you want to choose logarithm, and the range to 25 to 80. So originally it's the raw data, but maybe you want to use log, directly take log to scale your Y. You can also directly use that. Or you can generate a new variable and draw it again. It's also fine. So the products looks like this. Okay. So their scale is a bit different because you take a log transformation. Okay. Okay. And finally, you can show use very different scheme to display your graph. So this is very original one, but maybe you want to use economist, you can use this command called graph display. It will generate the new style, some style, like economist style. So please try to use help to understand how many schemes they can provide. Okay. So just this another command called graph display. So it will look like this. It's like economist styles graph. Okay. Okay, so that's for the two-way graph.